if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll drop the throw. Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey. Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Going up top. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Set! 3-19!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
They accepted the risk, and it was rewarded. What a catch on 4th down to create a first down situation. But one more time, what a catch.
And what a catch. It was close, perilously close to a turnover on downs, but picked up the first.
How about him getting his feet down, though? That's footwork.
They'll run with Thompson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go 56.
Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Chris Thompson, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins have tied it here. The extra point to come can put him in the driver's seat. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before the break. Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, as time expires in the first half. And the Texans are in for 6. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Josh Ferguson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
The Texans on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, he's been working on it for a little bit. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a move point there as they were able to connect. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Breaks a tackle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 11. Watson now to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Watson hands this to Foreman. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They run again with Foreman. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Texans on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Richmond.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. He may try and run for this. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And, oh, boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Again, a run with Thompson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines. Offense on for 4th down. Hill, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. On the return is Ferguson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Texans on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Texans, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Washington, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas.
go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I think it's my fault. For real. Eat the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. Just do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap, got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's time.
I got that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I died. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with to groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Tryna get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line.